Hi, this is Molly. Haven't done a video for a few weeks because I had hip surgery, and I will do a video soon explaining how all that went. I wanted to do a quick video about the first junk journal I made. You know, part of this channel, the Paper Zebras, the paper side of it is, you know, showing all the things I love about paper, whether it's journaling, notebooks, planners, art journals, painting, drawing, whatever it is. I love everything to do with paper. And I apologize if this is a little bit shaky. I have a tripod on the way, actually, so I can do overhead shots. So I'm just holding this, so I apologize if it's shaky. All right, so this was the very first junk journal I made. Probably like maybe 6 months ago or so, or over the summer, I think it was. Yeah, so about that. I learned about junk journals. Well, I guess I've always kind of known about them, but I started watching videos on them probably around that, about early summer, late spring, something like that. And I found Shannon Green, some of her videos, and she has, you know, her on Mass Journal, where she clips all these pictures that she has cut out and collected. She puts them together in these collections instead of them just sitting in a box or a binder or whatever. She puts them on a page because it just makes her happy to look at them. And she did junk journal videos, and then I just started looking at other ones, and I was so fascinated by all the mail that comes in. You know, we recycle, but that's still a lot that's just going into recycling that could be used for other things. So I got really excited about the possibility of making one. So this is the first one I made, and it literally is just a bunch of mail that I would have recycled. Some of it is from a conference that my husband went to, a science teachers conference that he was giving a workshop at, and he just comes home with bags full of things from companies, and it's amazing how much he comes home with. So some of it's from that. I haven't done a whole lot on the inside, a little bit. I'll show you real quick. The cover, I just took a bunch of pictures, like flowers and things from, like, I think it's like Dear Lizzie for, Dear Lizzie or Maggie Holmes, or one of those type of collections, you know, where you get a whole bunch of cut out pieces, die cuts and things like that. Actually, it's probably from the story line. Oh, I'm terrible. I can't remember the names. I apologize. These were cut out of pictures. This is just, this is paper from, I used to sell Creative Memories many years ago. And this is one of their shortcut pieces that you can use to make quick scrapbook pages. And I have so much of that left, so I'll definitely be using that stuff up. I'll try to. These were pillows out of a catalog. I just love the pattern on it, and that's the kind of thing you look for. You look at, I cut out pictures that were stacks of t-shirts and like brochures when they have their shirts lined up to show all the colors. And I loved it. Just cutting around that, it looks like a great like rainbow or gradation of color depending on what it is, and it looks really neat. So pay attention to just some of the headlines that you see, patterns, colors, things like that, and just put it together. Whether you think it'll look right or not, just put it together. It's using things that you enjoy. I liked this picture. Otherwise, you know, it would have just gone into recycling, but it makes me happy to look at it because it's something different, and that's what it's for. So this is just a collection of all sorts of things. Let me get to the center here. And I literally punched 2 holes in it. That's it. 2 holes. I'm sorry. It's hard to do with one hand. And where is the middle? I punched 2 holes. There we go. And I should have reinforced them because I don't want it to rip, but maybe I can still do that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did 3 holes. And I don't think I did the stitch right the way Shannon Green did it, but I just figured it out. Just went in and out, and up and down, and just... I'll do a better one when I learn how to do them better. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on it. But there's plenty on here. There's plenty on YouTube. So like here's a map in the center, and it's literally, so you just line up all the pieces the way you want, punch the holes through, try to keep it together, use clips, you know, binder clips or any kind of clips that you have that can hold that amount of paper. And then you just poke the holes through and sew it through. Keep it clipped if you can. If you have to separate it and do one at a time or a couple at a time, that's what ended up happening. You know, you just feed it through. The holes are already there, so it's just lining it up. Okay, so I used, there's something I didn't glue down yet. You know, I had just scrap paper that I had torn from an art journal page. I put some gesso on here to cover it a little bit. You know, I like the word inspire, so I kind of left that and covered most of the other stuff, which actually I shouldn't have covered that up. You know, just some scraps from pages. This is actually from a card that I made my husband. The picture's on Instagram. It's just leftover. I can feel some of the modeling paste on there and some of the stamps that I used on there. If that'll focus on there. Okay. It was like a steampunk type of card that I made him. So like I said, there's just a few pieces of paper in here. Here I just used my blending tool, my Timholtz blending tool, and just literally went around. I had ink left on after I blended this, or what should I do first? I can't remember. You know, and just twisted it to get the circles around. Just some sprays, modeling paste through stencils. Nothing fancy at all, just putting some stuff down, some papers that were torn away to get some other image for something else. And here's brochures from the science thing, the National Science Teacher Association, I think it is. So yeah, I have a lot of that. You know, this was one of those ads that's just in your paper, I think, or you get in the paper. And then, you know, I just gessoed over top of it so I can put whatever I want on it. Now, along with loving paper, it's not just what you can do with it, but it's actually the texture, the touching it, the sound that it makes when you turn the page. And those of you who love doing this know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just, look at, I mean, that's just an awesome sound. It sounds ridiculous if you have never thought of it before. But again, those of you who enjoy paper as well just know exactly what I'm talking about. Just the texture and the sound that it makes. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the possibilities are endless. There's absolutely nothing limiting you when you junk journal or art journal or anything. And no matter what kind of book you use, a sketchbook, a beautiful Strathmore art journal, no matter what it is, whether it's junk mail, you know, no matter what it is, you have complete freedom to make whatever you want. You know, that's held me back for a long time. I haven't made nearly as many art journal pages and things as I've wanted to because of being afraid that I wasn't doing it right, or that it wasn't exactly how I envisioned it, or I couldn't envision anything. I didn't even know where to start. And I'm not doing that to myself anymore. You know, whatever ends up on that paper ends up on that paper, and it's for a reason. You know, whether it's because I don't know what I'm doing and I just like colors that day, or I have an inspired idea, or something in me comes out without me even thinking about it. So that's the stance I kind of have to take, or I'm not going to be doing it very much, and I love it. I was just kind of doing reds. These were red plates. I'll probably cover the words up here with something else, you know, because, you know, strawberries, the milkshake, just, this is tag from clothing, Target clothing that was on sale, you know, and it's just another thing, you know, it could be a tuck away, it could be hide something, you know, just anything, a bunch of envelopes, and you can use these as pockets. The top is opened, so, you know, you could put another piece of paper in there. You could put a tag or anything, another piece of junk mail. This is just the end flap of another piece, so you could put maybe, you know, a message or just a strip of something that you have that you'd want to glue down there. It's whatever. Here's a brochure that had a business card already stapled to it. I think this is from school, maybe. No, that's still the science thing. Okay, here's a bookmark. I love this feeling on these maps, brochures. They're thick, and that crinkle and that smooth surface. I just, love it. Okay, that's the other side of that bookmark. And then, so this is just the other side of those things. Now this, I love fold outs. This is one of the brochures. So, you know, you can fold out and put whatever in there. This is the other side of that little black strip. It was, you know, from a Balzer Designs stencil, you know, and I cut out a lot of this kind of stuff from packaging, especially like dilutions. If you get a dilution stencil, look around the paper, and all around it is this beautiful patterns. I've actually cut them off. I think I had a piece up here, I believe. I can't remember for sure, but I think I had put a piece from one of them down here. Anyway, I use that stuff quite a bit. You know, it's beautiful. The patterns, the colors, the shapes that she makes and everything, it's awesome. Like, this is really cool, those patterns, and you can make them with your pen. Get inspired by the packaging. I know it sounds silly, but when they include, you know, pieces that they've done or that people have done for inspiration, let it inspire you. You know, if you end up copying, and you kind of have to, when you're just getting started, find an artist that you like, mixed media artist, just someone who does videos on YouTube. Go on Pinterest. Oh my gosh, there's a billion on Pinterest. Save it to your board. You know, make a board all about pictures you like, styles you like. That way you really find out what kind of is your style. You'll see the more that you post or pin on your board in Pinterest, the more you'll realize what you're drawn to, maybe what your style is. I love things like Tisha Moore, Diane Reevely, who does Dilutions, Dina Wakely. I love a lot of Ranger stuff, a lot of Timholtz, but I also love vintage. You know, the vintage classical look, Victorian look, like Victorian Christmas, and even steampunk, and just some, you know, those colors that Timholtz goes a lot to. If you're into journaling or art at all, you know who Timholtz is. If not, look him up. He's incredible. He's the creative director for Olive Ranger. He's amazing. So here's the other side of that paper bag that you just have to crinkle every time you see it. And then just getting to the end here. But the point is that the possibilities are endless. Now, I haven't done a whole lot in this because I've been doing other things, and I will share, but I just started kind of watching videos on junk journals again, and it's getting me excited. It's getting me, you know, wanting to work in this more. So I will certainly share that as I do. All right, thank you for joining me. Again, I just wanted to do a quick video about the paper side. You know, some of the things I love about paper and what I do when I'm feeling good and when I can do things. This is the kind of things that I do. I draw, I paint, I art journal, decorate my planner. Like, I just have a whole bunch of, whoops, on my bed there, washi tape and all sorts of stuff that I've been doing in my Christmas planner and on my Christmas pages in my planner and everything. I'll do a flip through of that too. But it's fun. It's really amazing. So try it out. Save some of your mail, you know, or take it out of recycling, something like that, and just see what kind of goes together. Or it doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to go together at all. But size-wise, see if there's something that you can do that kind of matches up, you know, in a little booklet, and just string it together. When I first made this, I was so excited. I was like, oh, it looks like, you know, what she made on her video. And I just had never done it before, and I did it very quickly. So just enjoy the process, okay? All right, thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe if you get a chance. Leave a comment. I would really love to hear from you. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. All right, thank you very much for joining me today. Bye-bye.